Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest map tips video. This time, we'll be taking a look at a control point clash map called Paradise Plaza. We're sure you're all familiar with it, but our goal in this video is to introduce some useful spots and strategies that you may not have seen before. Let's get into it. It's always a good idea to take the high ground. It can give you map awareness and help you to support your team. So, where are the best sight lines in Paradise Plaza? Well, as you pass by these low buildings, you'll notice these roofs. If you use Lancer or Tengu, you can actually get on top of these. It's a great way to get the lay of the land. From up here, you have eyes on the ramps and bridges that lead to the central control point. Holding that point is key to victory. If the enemy approaches it, you can use your weapon to politely request they keep their distance. Almost any weapon can work here, but guided weapons like javelin racks are especially effective. And if the enemy happens to congregate below your position while you're using Tengu, it's your lucky day. You can activate Sky Strike to jump off the roof and land in the center of the crowd, applying a stasis debuff to everyone in the area. Just make sure you start recording your screen before you do it. It'll make a great clip for your highlight reel. But, as always, there's a second part of the story. Staying in an open area like this makes you vulnerable to guided weapons and, of course, mortars. Flanking is also a problem if you play against a particularly aggressive opponent. So, as always, maintain your map awareness, stay alert, and use your mech's mobility to stay out of trouble. For our second location, we've chosen this corridor that connects these two control points. If you can get here quickly enough, this is an excellent spot for Panther to place a stasis barrier. From the start of the match, rush this bridge and jump down. Place your stasis barrier on the ramp, and you can basically block off one of the approaches to this control point. There are other ways to approach the control point, but taking control of this one will give your team a tactical advantage. While your stasis barrier is active, you can unload with missile racks, disc launchers, sniper weapons. And when it disappears, retreat toward this control point and wait for your ability to come back. It may seem like locking down a single control point isn't helping your team much, but in depriving your enemy of options, you're forcing them to engage elsewhere, meaning your teammates don't have to spread themselves so thinly. Trust us, map control can really pay off. But like any strategy, it's not foolproof. Firstly, if there's a Zephyr or Surge on the enemy team, you could get stunned just as you jump heroically off this bridge. Not only can that be embarrassing, it's also a one-way ticket to the scrapyard. And secondly, there's our old nemesis, the flank. Being in this area leaves you vulnerable to fast mechs like Killshot, Shadow, and Surge. You're also in range of artillery salvos and guided weapons. As a result, you can't get too relaxed here. You'll need to watch your map, check your exits, and retreat when necessary. And from the other side of the map, it'll look like this. Simply head here to activate your Panther stasis barrier, and take cover over here when it's on cooldown. It works in a very similar way, it just looks a little different from the other side. It's worth bearing in mind that it's not only Panther who can take advantage of this spot. For example, if you're using Ares, you may not be able to block off the entire tunnel, but you can still achieve some decent map control from this location. Simply pop your wide shield, and if any enemies try to sneak through the tunnel, you can encourage them to reconsider their life choices. When your shield is on cooldown, take 5 over here to stay out of the line of fire. But don't forget, we're talking close quarters here, so you probably want to swap those long arms for arc torrents or shotguns. You're not too vulnerable to artillery here, but a determined flanker can still ruin your day, so watch your map and watch your back. The third location we're going to talk about is this nook right here. The reason is simple. Zephyr's Shock Pulse and Guardian's System Crash activated here can hit enemies on the other side of this wall, so you can neutralize an aggressive push while staying in cover. The trick is to get here without being spotted. Once you're in, keep an eye on the action. Judge when the enemy's getting close, then shut them down to tip the scales in your team's favor. Remember, though, that a fully maxed Redeemer can backtrack away, even when it's under an EMP debuff. So don't poke your head out expecting a free kill. You may be in for a surprise. And finally, for this episode, we're going to head over here and take a look at this little hidey hole. As in the previous location, a Zephyr or Guardian can hide here and slow down any enemy trying to get to the central control point via either of these two routes. We're talking about some serious map control here. To counter an enemy trying to use this spot against you, wait until they use their ability, then rush them. Alternatively, try a stealthy approach and apply your own EMP debuff to them before they can get you. And with a little experimentation, you'll also find some spots from which an artillery salvo can take care of business too. If you can't reach an enemy who's dug in here like a tick, you can also consider avoiding the area altogether and focusing on other control points. Okay, that's all we've got for you this time. Hopefully this video gave you some ideas for your next battle in Paradise Plaza. If you have any favorite spots on this map, sound off in the comments and let us know. And while you're there, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, and we'll see you next time.